What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with a post-game match reaction as Arsenal beat Wolves by 2-0. Kai Havertz with a header in the first half. Good cross by Saka. Brave header by Havertz, heads it into the empty net. And then Saka, Havertz rolls it into him, corner of the penalty area, cuts inside, smashes it in at the near post. Brilliant goal. And Arsenal win the game 2-0. Listen, first game of the season is all about 3 points. You've got to go 3-point collecting. If we'd have dropped points today, it's a disaster already. So the result is more important than the performance. There were positives in the performance and there were things that we can improve on and work on. I always say that as a professional player, you're never fully fit first game of the season. Those pre-season friendlies do not have the intensity of a league game. You actually need 3 or 4 league games before you see players' fitness peak. And I think you saw in the second half there were a little bit of fatigue in some of the players, a little bit of tiredness. And that's why I think it's important to use your squad in these games and rotate. Maybe Arteta felt at 1-0 and even at 2-0 that it was still a little bit edgy and he couldn't make too many changes. And we only made a couple of subs, but we won the game 2-0. Let's go through some of the performances that were very positive. I thought David Raya today was absolutely brilliant. I think sometimes it's actually more difficult for a goalkeeper in a game where they're not being peppered with shots because your concentration levels have to stay so high. He made a fantastic save in the first half. He's moving to his left. He saves it to his right. Good balance, gets a strong hand on it. He made a few good saves with a few shots. His ability to come and catch crosses was really good as well. I thought David Raya had an excellent game. Golden Glove winner last season, and he starts his season with a clean sheet. The back four in general were pretty decent. I thought Zinchenko, for me, was lackluster at times. I just think too casual on the ball, and that is the quality of Zinchenko. We don't look at Zinchenko and think world-class defender. We think, well, at least he's very good on the ball. When he's giving the ball away under no pressure, I'm concerned. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great. You know, looking ahead, Aston Villa at Villa Park next week. Leon Bailey on, on the right wing. I think you've got to play Timber at left back. Maybe fitness-wise, he's a little bit ahead of Calafiori. And he came on in this game, and I just thought he looked a lot more lively and defensively strong. So Zinchenko was a bit lackluster. I thought Gabriel and Saliba were decent. Saliba, one moment of concentration where he gave the ball straight to the Wolves player and they could have scored. It's almost like the game was too easy, but you've got to concentrate. You know, against better opposition, they punish you there. But it was a clean sheet opening day. They were fairly comfortable. I thought Ben White was solid. Going into midfield, I thought Thomas Partey was good in the first half. Second half, I thought he looked tired. And, you know, he hasn't played consistently for Arsenal for a long time. He has had a full pre-season, so you're expecting those fitness levels to get better. I thought he faded a bit second half. But, I think it's important that we just continue to keep him fit. It looks like we're going to bring in another midfielder in Mikel Merino. And obviously that gives more competition. Partey, I was just checking, he actually played the full 90 minutes. So maybe that will help his fitness get better. We do have a little bit of a conundrum in midfield, in my opinion. And I'll tell you what this is. All of last season, I was desperate for us to get Rice and Partey next to each other with Odegaard in front. The only problem I have with that is Declan Rice, for me, was probably the best number 6 in the Prem, along with Rodri last season. With Partey coming in and playing as the 6, and we're now trying to use Rice as the box-to-box player. He contributed 15 goals and assists last season. So Arteta obviously thinks there's scope for Declan Rice to score more goals to influence the game going forward. But I still think Rice is not quite at the level going forward that we could do with. He may develop into that player, but at the moment he's not necessarily that player. So what do you do in that situation? Because Rice is better as a 6 than a box-to-box player, in my opinion. But Partey clearly is going to play in the 6 role, and they're going to persist with Rice getting forward. Hopefully, as the season develops, obviously Rice can improve on that, the final pass and things like that. I thought Odegaard was quiet today. You know, he was fantastic in pre-season. expecting a big season from him. He's the captain. I thought he was a little bit quiet today. He had some moments where he was good and tidy, but I don't think he was fantastic. Martinelli was okay. End product was good at times and not so good at times. At least he's picking out passes sometimes, lifting his head up and having a look. Played a nice ball into Partey in the first half. I think he missed the ball completely, but I thought Martinelli was okay. It's a work in progress. Last season was difficult for him. I think he can get better as the season goes on. Havertz, fair play to him. I tweeted time and time again, we need a striker. Havertz gets a goal and an assist today. I'm sticking with the same opinion. I still think we do need a striker because I think we need a specialist. But I want Havertz to continue to score goals. And if he can get 15 to 20 league goals, then so be it. That's fantastic. He got 13 last year. I think he should be getting more than 15 if he starts up front. And so fair play to him. But I still want a striker. I do. And Saka for me today was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He was limping in the first half. Seemed to jar his knee as he went to shoot. I thought maybe that's him off, but he recovered. The goal is absolutely brilliant. He cuts inside. The defender can't stop him. He slams it in at the near post. Goalkeeper doesn't even get a fingertip on it. Too much power. Drills it in. And, you know, the assist for Havertz was good as well. Good cross. Took out the goalkeeper with the cross. Havertz, very brave header. Give him credit. And I thought Havertz was man of the match. I thought Saka was man of the match. Closely followed by David Raya and closely followed by Kai Havertz. Those three were the standouts for me. Can I just say, I think the brother's name's Mosquera. Number one should have been sent off. Grabs Havertz round the throat. Doesn't get sent off. VAR, what on earth are you doing? And then this guy's touching up Jesus on the pitch. What kind of madness is that, bro? Like, real talk. What is that? What kind of... Let me not say too much, but yo, some funny business there, you know, brother. Anyway, listen. The positive. 2-0, clean sheet, couple of goals. Bigger test next week against Aston Villa. They will be tough, but we're off to a good start. We won the game. Let me know in the comments who was your man of the match. I'm going for Saka. Some of you may think Raya. Some may say Havertz. But let me know. We're off to a good start. Do you think we should change Zinchenko next week against Aston Villa? I would definitely play Timber. Calafiori didn't come on today. A bit of a shame. One thing I want to say, because people say, you never give Arteta credit. One thing I liked about Arteta today, took Saka off with 10 minutes to go. We don't need to play this guy 90 minutes week after week after week. You know, the game was in the bag. He's done the business. 10 minutes, get him off. Would have liked to have seen Nwaneri and Calafiori come on. Maybe the manager felt that the game was too in the balance. So there you go. Mikel Arteta praise as well, people. Enjoy your Saturday. Get in the comments. Who was your man of the match? What did you think of the game? Do you think we still need a striker? I personally do. What do you want to see happen in the window over the next couple of weeks? We're off with a bang. We're off with a win. Arsenal 2, Wolves 0. I'll see you all after Aston Villa, people. Bless.